Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode. And, you know, this might actually be a short one. It might be. I don't know. But I got a couple things to share with you. So if you've been watching my videos during the week, you may or may not have seen I got like a massive haul from SC Diecast, who is a little diecast store in Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, which is about an hour drive maybe from where I'm at. Anyway, that drive was completely worth it. It was awesome. Got a bunch of cool stuff. Had fun talking to those guys. I explained more of it in the previous videos to this video, so go back on the channel if you haven't seen those yet. The haul that the stuff I brought home was really, really cool, and was a really good amount of stuff. So really awesome. We're going to actually look at a couple of the items that I picked up in that haul. We're going to open them up. Two mini GTs. One is this Pagani Huayra Roadster, which I've got in two other colors. I think now the only one I might be missing after having this orange one is the red one with like the gold rims. I got a blue one with gold rims and a white one. But anyway, we'll take a look at this. Check that out. And then I got this Liberty Walk Nissan GTR black with copper wheels. I thought the copper wheels looked pretty cool, so I snagged one of those. So we'll open up both of those and we'll take a look at them. Another thing that I had mentioned in the last video was I got this Camaro, and I got one loose and carded. This is from Premium Release 1 from Auto World, and the reason why it's significant to me is because I just didn't have the lens detail or the inserted taillight detail version of this car, and now I've got one here. So, and I thought the video when I showed it might not have really done it justice, so we're going to take a look at the two toolings, and we'll just check those out in the second segment of the video, just close up, just so I can, you know, further explain what exactly is going on there. So that's interesting. Diecast ordered some Greenlight stuff and had it shipped to my house per usual, so I hub for him in case you didn't know, which I mentioned him a lot in these videos. But he ordered a couple extra of these Fireams Transams, one in silver and one in red. So we'll go ahead and open up these two in the second segment and take a peek at them. Couple Greenlight hobby exclusive vehicles. They look pretty cool. They look pretty awesome. One of these looks like it's going to have a little bit of a base lean issue, but this casting, for whatever reason, is very susceptible to when they drill the hole to actually put in the, or I don't know what they do, cast the hole, whatever, that they put the axle through in the base. Very rarely does it actually end up just sitting completely straight, which is an irritation from Greenlight. I don't know why they don't fix stuff like that, but whatever. It is what it is. The car still looked pretty cool. And then I got this Ultra Red from JC Custom Diecasts, who lives near me in a town over. Actually, he might be moving actually to my town. We'll see what happens here. I know he's looking at houses over in my area, which would be really cool. But anyway, he hooked me up with this. He found this at a Walmart, and he basically just gave it to me, you know, with probably the understanding that I'm going to find something down the road that he's going to want, and I'll end up hitting him back. So hopefully that happens soon, and I'm not indebted to him for a long time. But check him out on Instagram, JC Custom Diecasts. I think he's more active on Facebook than Instagram, but he's got his own custom diecast. He does custom Hot Wheels. He does a lot of them, and he does a really good job. So check him out. So that was nice. And then I got this in the mail. This is a Jaguar E-Type. This is Malibu International Limited, scale 1/64. So this tooling, I don't know if it's a high-speed tooling or what it is. I'm not really clear on what the deal is with these toolings, but this is one of the toolings that was used by Greenlight in the early Motor World series, which I think I have two variations of. I'll check before starting the second segment of the video, and maybe I'll get those other ones out so we can take a look at the Greenlight released one and see if there's any major differences or if we notice anything different. It looks really nice in this color though. It almost looks like the Sapphire Gem E-Type Jaguar that came out from Matchbox. Was that a year ago or 2 years ago? But anyway, really nice looking car. We're going to go ahead and take this out of the box and take a peek at it. And then finally, the other thing I got, I don't know. I kind of want an example of every Auto Art 1/64 scale tooling, which means I got to get a PT Cruiser. Yeah, so this is such a weird vehicle. There's people that actually are so into these, which is strange. Anyway, the Auto Art model looks really nice. It looks like it doesn't have lens details. Looks like there's painted details for headlights and taillights. And that's the thing about these auto roll castings. And actually, same with these Malibu International or high-speed toolings or whatever they are. Some of these are going to have, they're all going to have metal body plastic base. Same with the Auto Art. They all are sometimes going to have rubber tires and sometimes not. Both of these. I think this one's plastic tires. This one, it's hard to tell. I'm guessing actually though, looking at this, these are plastic. And we'll find out once we get it open. And then some of them have inserted details for headlights and taillights, and some of them have graphical details for headlights and taillights. Both of these appear to have graphical details for the headlights and taillights, not the inserted pieces. So whatever, we're gonna check them out close up, and we're just gonna see what we get. I got a massive box in the mail. I'm gonna tease this real quick, but I'm not gonna show any of it today. But box full of Tomica Limited. I'll probably be showing all those in next week's episode. I got to save a little bit because I don't think I really have anything coming this week as I recall. So we got to stretch the content out a little bit. But anyway, those just came in. I haven't got a chance to really look through them. So I'll show those next week. That's a little teaser for you. And but we're going to look at all this stuff in the second segment. So let's go ahead and just do that now. Real quick, thank you again to SC Diecast. That was fun. I got to get down to the shop again. Yeah, just had a great time. And it looks like also we're going to be doing a social distancing version of our monthly meets at the end of June. So that's exciting because we haven't been able to get together, you know, since this whole thing started. So finally we'll be getting back together, which is fun. I'm really glad I'm going to get to see some of those folks again. And of course, it's always good. I can get rid of some duplicate stuff there, flip it into buying something else, something new. So, and something cool, hopefully, to show you guys. So, yeah. All right. So, good week. Check out those other videos. Check out those past ones. Let's flip it around. Let's take a look at this stuff close up. Stay tuned. All right, so let's start with some Auto World. Let's start with these two Camaros. I just want to get this out of the way just to show you guys this. I find it extremely interesting. I don't know necessarily if you guys will or will not, but okay, so starting by the front of the vehicle, they're both the same, okay? There is a inserted detail in the front of this car. So there is the grill piece that actually looks like, and then the headlight pieces, okay? And there's also the two like fog lamps down at the bottom. Now those are inserted details, okay? And I think that's maintained nowadays. I think the latest version of the casting. Okay, so now, sorry to complicate things, but I'm just taking a peek real quick at my display. This is what happens when you come up with an idea mid-video here. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to check. This is like the last time the tooling has been released besides the most current one right now. And yeah, so still maintains the lens detail. All right, so what happened is initially this tooling, I believe, was developed for the True LE lineup, okay? And that's, in the True LE lineup, they were supposed to be the most premium Auto World out. And they had inserted details for headlights and taillights. So this way, this one right here has an inserted detail for the taillights, these red taillights. Then they changed it to have painted details, as you can see right there. Some slight differences in the way the rear end is tooled because of this. And still, it might be a little hard to see. Dates, they have production dates on the bottoms of these cars. So the tooling number is 164 scale 002, which I'm guessing the Dodge Challenger that was in the True LE line is 001. I've actually never looked at that, but I bet you that's what it is. But 6/15/2013 is when this particular vehicle was produced, and now I have two of them. I got this loose one, and I've also got a carded one. And then this one was 3/31/2014. So the slightly modified tooling. Anyway, I just wanted to showcase that. And then this one actually came out. This one is in 2017. So this ultra red. But yeah, I love this casting. It's a great tooling. Either way they do it. I kind of wish they would go back to doing the inserted detail, but obviously that brings the cost up of the car. I'm just seeing if there's any other little differences in this release. It does seem that the silver is a little bit different on the wheels here than on here. I'm not really sure if that's intentional or not, but yeah, anyway, there you go. Just wanted to show you that. Hopefully you find that somewhat interesting. Let's just stick with Auto World for a second. So we're going to go ahead and just open these. Normally I would save this for a Free the Piece Friday, but forget about it. We're going to just do it now. So these are the two Chevy Trucks from Premium Release 1. Chevy Trucks, Ford Trucks. So this is from 2020 Release 1. It's the second release of this casting, right? So this one, they always like to throw a curveball in there, right? So see this and this. Can you tell the difference just by looking? I mean, besides the white interior, I mean, just the paint difference. It's really difficult to tell between this ruby red metallic and, of course, this ruby red ultra red color. So we are going to open all these. Let's just open up the two trucks real quick. So version A and then version B. So here's version A. Wonderful, wonderful color red. Looks great. And then version B in white. Let's just look at the white one first, I guess, because now it's easy to tell, of course, if you find the ultra red on the white card, because on the B card, because of course it's going to have a white truck on the card art, and then it's a, it'd be a red truck, so it's definitely easy to tell. This is really nice. It's pearlescent. It's kind of got a pearlescent look to it. I like that. Quite nice. So this tooling, if you haven't had it in your collection at all, or haven't seen it, or in person, this thing is so heavy. It's massively heavy. I'm excited now because I got the Chevy truck now from 2020 Release 2. I'm excited to take a look at that tooling. But I probably won't open it until I find the ultra red, or until I get the ultra red for it. So I'll have to wait a little bit. But man, this thing is heavy. It's really got some weight to it, and that's awesome. So digging that. And then here is the ruby red metallic, which, man, is darn close to ultra red in color. It's very, very close. And then let's go ahead and open up the ultra red. So here is the ultra red. And again, this is a tricky one. You find this on the pegs, and it's a red truck, and it's a red truck in here, and you're like, oh man, is that an ultra red, or is that not an ultra red? Well, the giveaway right away is the base is painted red. They're never going to have an ultra red painted base on a regular released car. And then the other giveaway is going to be that it's got a white interior instead of a black interior. Now, you can't really tell that by looking at the card art, but you can definitely tell, obviously, by looking at the bottom that the base is red. Now, the base isn't always red on every ultra red either. Case in point, you have this one right here with a white base. So they change up the traits all the time. They try to keep you guessing, and I actually really like that. The only thing I don't like is when they do the colored tires, the white or the red tires, which they are bringing back the white tires coming up in a future release, which, it's fine. I'm just not super into it. But here you go, red base. And other than that, this one would be pretty difficult to tell. Now that I have them out of the package, it's a little bit easier to tell the difference in the color. Oddly enough, the way this one's painted, I almost like the regular ruby red color, like, better. It's deeper. It feels a little bit more. It's a little bit richer. And the ultra red color is kind of changed a little bit over time. I don't know if it's because this one looks a little different. The color looks a little different. It seems like the shade varies. But this is the ultra red of the truck. There you go, ultra red base, ultra red body, white interior. And I believe all the cars in 2020 release 1. It was 2020 release 1, right? Yeah. All the ultra reds are going to have a white interior and a red base and an ultra red body for that release. Okay, so pretty cool. All right, so cool to take a look at those trucks. The next thing let's peek at real quick is just these Greenlight. So here's a Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, Fire Am. We have it. This is a hobby exclusive. We've got it here in red first. And then I'll pull up the white one too, and or the silver one, and then we've got it in silver. So these just came out, I believe. Like, these were just released. Look at the number: 522 on the bottom of this one, 583 on the bottom of that one. So right off the bat, the silver one looks like it's got some stance issues, which unfortunately, like I said in the previous half of the video, is common for this casting from Greenlight. Greenlight, if you're listening, which you're probably not, just, I don't know what you got to do to fix this, but you should do it if you want to continue to release this casting, because it seems like a ton of them just have this lean to it. And, you know, for us loose collectors, that kind of stinks. I'd like to take some cool pictures of this, and it's just kind of tough to take pictures of this tooling and get them to really turn out well, unless you got one that's sitting really nice. Looks like there's also like a little paint flaw on the side here or something. Yeah, actually that's coming off, whatever the heck that is. This one doesn't look as bad, but it does have the lean. There's the lean. It leans the opposite way. The other thing I didn't realize is the difference in year. That would make this one, what, like a 77 or 78, and this is 78 or 80 Firebird because of the difference in the front end. I know I should know that, but I mix them up all the time. So yeah, stance issues. They lean the opposite way. It's goofy, man. I just, you know, I'm not trying to be like hard on it or whatever, but I mean, fix it. Fix it. Fix the tooling, or just stop making them. I mean, and I say that knowing that every single one of these that they release I'm going to pick up because I'm a fan of Firebird. So you got my money either way, I guess, but I think you should fix it. You know, if I were you, I'd fix it if it was possible. All right, let's take a look at some Mini GT, starting with the Pagani Huayra Roadster in, can't pronounce, Saint Tropez, or Ancio Saint Tropez. I don't know. Is that the color? Is that what that color is? I don't know. All right, so I love Mini GT. Mini GT is one of my favorite brands for sure, and they just are knocking it out of the park with cool stuff. They really, really are. And this tooling is pretty immaculate. I saw this in the package. This wing mirror is bent off funny. These mirrors are rubber, and eventually this will fall into place where it's supposed to. But right now it looks a little goofy. Just want to point that out. I believe I had another one that was like that too, one of my other colors, and then it eventually went down. Anyway, I love Mini GT, whether it's released by Miho or you get one directly from Mini GT. I don't care either way. I think this one is a USA exclusive, so I don't think they actually put this color out in the regular Mini GT. I think it was only available through Miho. Could be wrong on that, but the packaging's amazing on these if you're not familiar with them. The normal ones just come in a box without the card, and I'm fine with that. But the cool thing about these is they have like the older, I have to say older Auto World now because they don't do this anymore, but they have this little blister in here that holds the car. If you can put it in right, holds it like that, and then you can put it in the box and you can store your collection. You can protect your collection if you don't have room to display it. And I love that feature. I think that feature is something that, you know, all diecast companies should consider. I really, really like it, at least for premium models. So, you know, Tomica Limited Vintages, similar. They come with the boxes and the blisters that hold the car nice inside of the box. So they're easy to store. That's just a fantastic feature for someone that, you know, might have to move their collection around. So this thing is super detailed, as all of the releases have been. I did bring out the two other colors that I have. I've got this one in blue. This was like a regular release one in blue. It looks beautiful in blue. And you can see the mirrors, that's how they're supposed to look. And that's how they will look eventually. And then this one in white, which I believe was a Hong Kong exclusive. Just, you know, it's immaculately detailed little car. Mini GT, I'm just loving their style. I'm loving what they're doing. The cars are heavy. They're all metal. It's like a premium diecast with all metal, and it just, they look fantastic. I like the choice of vehicles that they decided to do, that they are deciding to do. You know, just winners in my book. I need to get one of the trucks, one of the Actros trucks, whether I get just a cab or get a full-on truck. I would love to get one of those eventually, but they're pretty expensive. All right, so this Mini GT USA exclusive Liberty Walk LB Works GTR black with copper wheel. I just grabbed this because it was in the shop and thought it looked really nice in person. It's the only time I've seen this one in person, so decided to go ahead and pick it up. He had the red one. There was a red one too. I think that was like a Pandem. I think it was. Anyway, I should have picked that one up too. I don't know why I didn't. But again, there's the box. It's got the plastic insert inside the box already. This is not the plastic insert that you put in the box. Don't need it. But I do have the box to store it if I do need to. This is not the first time I've had this tooling. I also have it in white, which looks pretty cool. This came out quite a long time ago. A few years ago, maybe 2 years ago. This one looks awesome though. I like those wheels. I think they actually look really cool. Like I said, I like Mini GT, man. I am definitely into them. Definitely digging them. All right, so there. Let me take a look at that one more time. There's a quick look at that, and then I've got two more cars for us to take a peek at. We're going to save the auto art for last, I think. Let's get into this Malibu diecast kind of oddity here. This 1/64 scale Jaguar E-Type 1961 from Malibu International. So we're going to pop it off the base here. With a single screw. And I'd say she looks pretty. She looks pretty. I threw a lowball bid on this thing and just ended up winning it. I don't know. I don't know if they're very desirable or anything, but I don't think I've seen this one pop up too many times. I have saved search for these cars because I'm trying to kind of like get all the cool toolings that they came out with. They're pretty, you know, fairly premium. And like I said, sometimes they come with rubber tires, sometimes not. Sometimes they come with inserted detail for headlights and taillights, sometimes not. This is one of the casting that just has the painted details, and it does have plastic wheels. The wheels look pretty good, though, for being plastic. They're not exactly 100% accurate to the vehicle, but they look good. I think they look good. Anyway, so here's this version, and then, as I had mentioned previous, this casting was put out in Greenlight Motor World series. So here's one of the ones that was released as Motor World. Now you notice the headlights aren't quite as detailed as it appears. The The rear of the car is about the same. So, not much there. And then I have another, this is another one that was released by Greenlight in the Motor World lineup. Same sort of headlights. They got the overall shape of the car, I think, is done very well. I don't know about that big, I'd have to look at the back of this car, but just that weird like spot where it looks like you could put a gigantic license plate. I don't think that's accurate to the vehicle, and I don't know why necessarily that is there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I have to peek at that. Notice this one actually doesn't have painted taillights, it looks like. So something's up at the rear of this car. I don't know about that, but the actual like silhouette of it, I think, looks really good. I like the color of this one definitely over the other two Greenlight releases. It's a pretty nice little casting, so, and I got it really cheap, so digging it. All right, so there's that, and then Auto Art PT Cruiser. All right. So for you PT Cruiser nut jobs, here is one for you. You need this in your collection for sure. I don't know who else has put out a PT Cruiser in 1/64 scale. This is the only premium one I know of. But yeah, it's an odd choice. Auto Art did some pretty blandish cars, and this would definitely be, would fall in that category for sure. I've resisted buying this casting for a long time. I've seen it come up quite a few times actually, but this one finally it was like cheap enough where I'm like, I'll just throw a bid on it, and if I win it, I win it, and I want it. So plastic base on this one, plastic tires, although they look accurate to the vehicle, which is great. You have graphical details for the headlights, and I guess really not the tail lights. It's on a red car, I guess, so it doesn't really matter all that much, but they don't appear to be painted in there. And there's your PT Cruiser, one of the most loved and hated cars ever. I don't know, whatever. It's cool to add it to the collection. It's an oddball vehicle. These cars suck to change batteries on, by the way. I've done that before. And yeah, in general, I probably would never own one, but it is what it is. These things were kind of a hit when they came out, I think. And I don't know. This car is probably polarizing. I think the majority of people don't like it though, and there's some people though that are like diehard PT Cruiser fans. Those people are, in my opinion, probably a little odd. All right, which is cool. It's cool to be odd. All right, that is going to be it for this Diecast Weekly episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. It showed a couple of cool things. As I previewed in the first half, I should have some pretty neat things to show you in the next episode. So stay tuned to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day.